Oh, wait. Didn't do that right. Let's do it again. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Laymen Daily Show. I've got all these buttons here. Can't always get them right. All right. Wonderful start to the show. We've got a lot of news today. Bits and pieces, really, actually. I've got a trailer to show you, a new Diablo trailer. I've got 2 games for you today, because you're lucky, okay? Today is your lucky day. We've got the AI game, as well as another trivia game, okay? I thought, you know what? Why not do a little bit of a trivia game also? Now, this is a tough trivia today. This is not an easy trivia. I've got some Zelda news, some other bits, news, discussion, and reviews. Let's get to it, guys. Let's see if we get the buttons right this time. We did. All this and more after the drop. All right. How's everyone in the chat today? Salah was first. He was first today. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate you, man. Michael, buttons. It's the goddamn buttons, everybody. It's not me just being stupid. Never. What? Absolutely not. Sage says, LAMON, GAMON. Good to see you here, man. I appreciate you. Sagat says, yeah, sure. Feel lucky. Well, I feel lucky today because all the buttons are working, all the news is good, and you guys are here with me. What a day. I thought I'd start today with you. Well, I would usually start with something in the thumbnail, but today marks, well, kind of yesterday, really, marks the 10-year anniversary of the Xbox One. Now, I can tell you that I thought this was a tremendous generation for Xbox. It really went leaps and bounds backwards.
Thank you for joining us on the Microsoft campus at home of Xbox. Today, we put you at the center of a new generation in the living room, where your games look and feel like nothing else, where your TV becomes
It's going to be a huge gen.
Where all of your entertainment
comes
alive in one place. Introducing Xbox One.
Oh, man, that's going to be the PlayStation killer. That's it right there. I already know this.
The principles we followed were to be simple, instant,
and insignificant.
And complete. The soul of the new system is the Xbox One architecture.
And its amazing exclusives.
3 operating systems in one. Kinect is completely redesigned to respond instantly to you.
And to watch you all the time, even if you don't want it to.
Your voice and your gestures. Xbox on.
Yeah, man, it's going to be sick, dude. Fuck, man. What's Sony going to do? PlayStation is in trouble. Good times. Who remembers this video? Oh, wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Xbox One.
All right. Okay. Let's see what this video says. It's going to show us all the features.
TV. TV and movies. TV. Xbox. Watch TV. 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 TV.
That's what you do. You buy a console to watch TV.
Watch TV. 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 TV remote. TV experience. TV. 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 Sports TV. 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 Anybody?
Yeah,
TV,
anybody?
TV.
Anybody want an Xbox? We're giving him away at this point. For the love of God, please. Someone just say, we'll pay you as an influencer. We'll pay you just to say that you play Xbox. We'll do it. Because that's what we do. Super chat. Appreciate you, man. Paul, thank you so much. Quack. Everyone, cheers in the chat for the quack. Appreciate that. Because you're a quack, clearly. I appreciate you, man. Xbox, 10 years ago, Xbox One. And that really felt like the start of the demise. Xbox 360 was absolutely one of the most competitive, dominant consoles of the 2 generations ago. Although PlayStation 3 did end up kind of getting back on its feet and very much competing, it did feel like Xbox 360 was the dominant platform. A lot of deals were put forward and signed under Xbox 360, like Call of Duty and certain types of exclusive content. That's back in the day when Xbox could write the rules and do whatever it wanted in some capacities, because it was the dominant console for 360. It's as simple as that. Some may say, no, PlayStation was the dominant console. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry, it wasn't. You know? Xbox was at the height of its being part of the conversation when we think about Xbox 360. And it's all been uphill from there. Am I right, folks? It's reached the summit. The summit is the chasm, I mean. To reach the summit of the chasm. You know what I mean, guys. But the biggest news of today, I suppose, is the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom pirates tracked down. Rawr. Was that a roar? It's the wrong word. It's the wrong Rawr. You know what I'm talking about. There we go. What's wrong with me today? Zelda Tears of the Kingdom pirate tracked down by Nintendo. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom leaked over a few weeks ago before launch and sent Nintendo into a frenzy with company filing for copyright takedowns on Discord, Twitch and Twitter and more. Now it seems like, in some way, Nintendo knows this particular pirater. Not only do they know what type of Zelda that they downloaded, the particular files that were pirated, from where and from how. So Zelda, man, Nintendo's all over that shit. They know exactly what type of files that you downloaded, where you got it, how you did it. Pretty scary. God, if only LimeWire knew all that. Then all the Britney Spears stuff that I was downloading. Oh my God, Britney would be knocking on my door and saying, I don't have a joke for them. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Britney Spears would be pissed. Who else didn't mind a bit of Britney Spears back in the day? I liked a bit of Britney Spears, you know? The whole thing that happened since with her father taking ownership of all her financial dealings. That's all over now. I don't know if you guys have followed that story, but now she's back on track. She now, is able to make her own financial decisions. But there was like a 10-year period that we didn't see Britney Spears. Now, I didn't think that the Zelda story would incorporate Britney Spears, but here we are. So obviously Nintendo and pirating software, pirating platforms have some sort of communication, some sort of understanding about what's going out, what's going in, what the IP address is, or something of that capacity for these pirators to be tracked down by Nintendo. Now, he also got a Comcast notice of action under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Oof, that would be scary, man. If I got that shit, I'd be like, oh my God. Even the incident number, it's like IH2497. I mean, that's a lot of incidents that can happen, right? I don't know if you can see that, but there it is there. I mean, there's a lot of incidents that can happen, clearly. This just happens to be the you downloaded Tears of the Kingdom incident, okay? Don't do it again, because we'll issue another different type of incident number, which is you go to jail. But interesting, I think. Very interesting. And I think this kind of, these headlines are going to be warning people off future pirating games, because they're going to make sure that they at least hide their IP, or they try and hide in how they did it, where they did it, how they did it. Because Nintendo knows, man. Nintendo knows. Edith, oops, you did it again. There we go. I was thinking of a joke for Britney Spears. I didn't have one. God damn it. This is what happens when you're live, ladies and gentlemen. You go on a tangent and then you can't deliver a joke. But that's okay. That happens. That sadly happens. Now, this is another thing. PlayStation and Xbox party chats will be released to the public on June 10th. Now, I haven't really seen much of this, right? But I believe this is what you can talk with PlayStation and Xbox in party chats together. Now you can play Call of Duty and a 13-year-old can pay out your mum. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. But if that is the case, that's kind of cool. Not only do we have crossplay now, but apparently if this is in fact going forward, then hey, you can talk to each other, and if you're on PlayStation, you can just berate the Xbox players, saying, shame on you. How dare you continue to play Xbox? Enjoy all your exclusives. That's a bit harsh. But people, I mean, look, if this is the case and this is true, this is kind of cool. Like, it's not only, it's great to have crossplay, but it's also great to be able to talk and play and do party chats with other consoles. And I don't really see why we haven't seen this beforehand, right? Correct me in the wrong, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I mean, we don't have this already, right? This is not something that you can currently do. You can't just jump into a party with other Xbox or with other consoles, but it just makes sense. And like, if Xbox is just like bowing out of the console war, as they've kind of said, that they're going to be focusing on other things, other areas of gaming. They want to try and just spread their games far and wide on cloud and PC and all that kind of nonsense. Then that makes sense. But I wonder what kind of interesting conversations will take place on these party chats together. Will it just be PlayStation people saying, get off Xbox, you loser? Buy a PlayStation. Sell your Xbox while you can still get decent money for it. Ah, mercy. Good times. Summer Games Fest 2023 details. Show runs 2 hours? Jesus Christ, I've got to be live for 2 hours with you folks? God damn it. That'll be good fun. We're going to see a lot of stuff. We'll feature wall-to-wall video game news, updates, and world premieres. Currently 3 or 4 things that are going to be pretty big for this audience, says Jeff Keighley. Well, of course he's going to say that, right? He doesn't want to be like, look, guys, don't really tune in. There's not much here. He's going to say, guys, holy shit, we got some huge things to show you. But I have no doubt that we're going to see some pretty cool things, and Summer Games Fest is now the new E3. It's just as simple as that, right? E3's not coming back. I mean, who knows if they do, but I think the ESA has been pretty clear that they don't have the confidence this year. They're not doing it, and I don't think they have the confidence next year. So I highly doubt we're going to see any rumblings of a E3 2024. But who knows, right? They may try and come back. But as I've said before with E3, E3 is all about, you know, this kind of facade of power almost, right? It's like everyone thinks it's the best. So all the major corporations flock to it. They pay the money. They get the floor space. They invest all that cash. Be part of the conversation. It's not like they really want to be. It's almost like they have to be. So the moment that whole like, oh wait, this isn't really that powerful. It's not really that influential anymore. Or if it's really been, you know, the curtain's been drawn back and we can see that E3 is not as, you know, it's not as relevant. Then naturally people are just going to flock away and see you later. So I think that's just finally happened this year, that E3 doesn't have the power it did, clearly. It's not even happening. And on top of that, we saw that before through previous years with EA doing their own thing, Sony bowing out at 2 years, Nintendo doing their own, their own showcase, digital showcase. We could just see slowly but surely the relevance of E3 was slipping away. And I think Summer Games Fest is trying to take its mantle. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Kato says, this might be an old one, but who remembers GAMON Laymen? Who doesn't remember that? Come on, man. Everyone thought Ralph and I were gay. Like, I don't care if you're gay. Who gives a shit, right? But Ralph and I are brothers. Imagine if we were gay and brothers. Holy shit, huh? It'd be weird. Gay together, I mean. Not like, imagine if we were gay. That's weird. That's not what I mean. In other news, Netflix has hired Arnold Schwarzenegger as its chief action officer. Well, look, he's a little bit old now, all right? So maybe he can't do the whole action thing, I'll be back. Maybe he's more like, me back. Had to do it. I had it planned. Had to do the joke. But look, that's kind of cool. Netflix has hired Terminator, Predator, and Jingle All the Way star Arnold Schwarzenegger as its chief action officer. That's kind of cool. I mean, if no one knows action better than Arnie, and that's what he said here.
No one loves action as much as I do. That's why I've accepted the big new job as Netflix's chief action officer.
Now, I'm going to get demonetized to show the whole thing, but look, it's just him. I'll show you some images, I guess. But it's him cutting a burrito with a knife. You know, good times. Him watching some sequence and saying it's always better if it's bigger, whatever he says. Look, it's kind of cool. I think this is definitely something he can be part of. He's definitely a mascot of the action hero. There was no bigger action hero in the 80s than Arnold Schwarzenegger. There really wasn't, though, right? Like Stallone, Van Damme, Steven Seagal, lol, no. You know, like the two biggest were probably Stallone and Schwarzenegger. So, you know, that's kind of cool to see what they're going to be doing with Netflix and what Arnold's going to be doing with them. I think it's a great position for him, and it'll also position him to do other roles in the future if he can kind of, you know, stay in the conversation. Not to say that Arnold Schwarzenegger is not part of the conversation of action heroes, but he is a little bit older now, right? Now he's also doing his first like TV show that he's ever done. I don't know if it's out yet or it's coming out. There's a trailer that was recently released for it. But he's going to be doing some sort of TV show or something. So that's kind of cool. I love Arnie. I love everything that he's done. I think the best movie he ever did was True Lies. Hands down. Best comedic role was probably Kindergarten Cop. Or Twins. You know? See, I read his biography, all right? His autobiography. And he was talking about, like, he didn't feel like people were taking him serious in the comedy space. I know how it sounds, but, like, he wanted to be taken seriously in the way that he could do comedy. He was at a party once and he was talking to some exec and he's like, hey, by the way, I'm funny. And the guy's like, yeah, sure you are, pal. And I was like, no. Like, I can actually be funny. Like, I don't want to just do action I don't want to do action shit all the time. So he really pushed for that. He really actually wanted to be more than just an action hero killing dudes all the time. He wanted to make people laugh while he killed people. All for it. Love Arnie. Love his story, especially his biography. It's a really incredible book, actually. Definitely talks about, his not struggles so much, but more like just how hard he worked every day, 5 hours in the gym, posing. He started a building company. He's trying to win Mr. Universe. And on top of that, he was doing acting lessons. Like, his days would be like 6 till 12 at night sometimes. He was really actually quite incredible for the amount of time he put into his day that was constructive. Anyway, I digress. But definitely worth the read, guys. Total Recall, it's called. Final Fantasy 16 director, maybe it's time to remove the numbers from the title. Now, I completely agree with this. Now, in an interview with GQ UK, Final Fantasy 16 producer Naoki Yoshida was asked whether ditching numbers for future Final Fantasy games was ever considered. And he said, well, that's actually something that I've discussed with higher ups. Maybe it's about time we remove the numbers from the title. For example, you have Final Fantasy 14, you get a new player coming in, and it's like, wait a minute, why do I have to play Final Fantasy 14 if 16 is out? Why don't we just call it Final Fantasy Online, just to get rid of the numbers altogether, and that'll make it easier to understand. There's going to be a time where are we going to see Final Fantasy 400? I know that's like 1,000 years away, but you know what I mean, though, right? Maybe they've seen what Mortal Kombat's done, and they're like, you know what? Fuck, man. We should get on that train. Let's get the hell out of here. Final Fantasy 17. I will, for one, definitely play Final Fantasy 69. Final Fantasy 420. Absolutely. I think a lot of people would just pay for the meme. But I don't think we're going to get there, sadly. I think they're gonna switch. And it does make sense, right? It does make sense. What? He continued, I should say, whether Final Fantasy 17 or 18 should have a number or not. That's going to be whoever has to develop that game and whoever is in charge of branding. So that's their problem, not ours. But I do think we're going to see something in the future that kind of moves away from the whole idea of still sick. Again, sick of you. But we're going to move away from this, right? It doesn't make sense to see a Final Fantasy 32. Who knows? Jizzy Ninja for $1.99. I appreciate that, man. With a love heart. I love you too, buddy. Love you, man. What else? Speaking of Microsoft and 10-year anniversary, AON, announces the XB HD, a plug-and-play HDMI adapter for original Xbox. Now, you can play your Xbox on like any TV now, it seems like. This also comes with something that has a 3 LAN ports. There's 3 LAN ports included, so you can do a LAN party, all that kind of stuff. That's all included too. So, you know what? If you have an Xbox lying around with dust all over it and you want to play the original Xbox, you can now do it. A lot of people will find this actually pretty cool. I, for one, don't think I have the original Xbox anymore. I don't think I have it. I mean, you can get them pretty cheap, right? I don't think that they sell for like $1,000 or something. I think they sell for like whatever. I know certain games, like I was looking at Mortal Kombat Trilogy. You know that? I think it was the last old school 2D looking one that kind of looked like Mortal Kombat 3. That was going for like $200 or something on eBay. Like, Jesus, like that's kind of getting pricey for a game that's like 25 years old or 20 years old. But I don't think the Xbox is in that same category. You know why? Because so many people are playing it, right? So many people are playing it, folks. No one wants to sell it. Fuck that. What are you doing about? Are we too harsh on Xbox? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Who's excited for the next? I mean, we're approaching the halfway mark, right? With this whole generation of consoles, right? Are we going to see a PlayStation 5 Pro? And are we going to see a Xbox Series XL? I saw that in a headline yesterday. I'm like, fuck, that's a good name for it. XL, absolutely. XL. Yep. I mean, there's no other real name that I think is cool. I mean, are we going to get an Xbox Series X Super Duper or something? Like, it's the name is long enough. Just call it XL or some shit. That would be cool. Don't call it an Xbox Series X Pro. It's fucking shit. No one wants that. People want cool names. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you. Well, why can't you keep a schedule, mister? Well, I'm just trying different times, but I was trying the 10:30, 10 o'clock my time. I was also trying the 8 o'clock a.m. my time. I think I'm kind of finding maybe it's somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle for everyone. You know? P. Davda says, everyone is too harsh on Xbox, so much bias. That's true. I think we're a little bit harsh on Xbox, but the numbers don't lie, man. The dominance doesn't lie. It's definitely have an issue there. The overall exclusive, they didn't release a single AAA, well, a AAA first-party exclusive last year. They did release Grounded and Hi-Fi. Oh, was Hi-Fi Rush last year or this year? Well, regardless, they didn't actually release a AAA experience last year. Their numbers are very much lagging behind in terms of console sales. The overall footprint of Xbox is definitely lagging compared to PlayStation. So there's some reasons why people are definitely feeling a bit disappointed. And on top of that, people did spend $500 or $600 to enter the next generation of Xbox, hoping there was going to be some big and exciting things. Phil also came out and said, you know what, we've let the team down in terms of the roadmap. Team down and also the consumers down. That's what I mean. But about the roadmap just seemingly not being delivered for the last year or so, we've seen very little titles and very little hype around these 8 or 10 studios they've purchased. There's not a lot of stuff that they can show and say, you know what, guys, we're delivering, you know? But I understand what you're saying in terms of there's maybe a little bit of bias. People are just like, Xbox sucks. Like, Xbox is trying to do their own strategy, trying to do their own thing. Maybe, Kato, Xbox 720. That's what we need, actually. Just an Xbox 720. Screw the Xbox Series X. Xbox Series 720. Boom. Absolutely. Dude, speaking of YouTube history. 41, man. Tay Zonda today is 41. Do you remember this song? Demonetized. Here we go.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain.
That was 16 years ago. Quick maths, what was he then? He was like 25 or something? Something like that? Ooh, I don't know. Something like that. Man, he looks incredible. Tay Zonda is definitely a pillar of YouTube's OG existence. You know, the people that were there from the OG. Ray William Johnson, Tay Zonda. Who else is like OG YouTube? Other people too. I mean, you can kind of call PewDiePie also OG. But Tay Zonda definitely feels very OG. But he looks fantastic, man. 41. I am 32. Look at this shit. What the hell happened to me? I still got it. Nah, he looks good. All the best, Tay Zonda. Enjoy your birthday. And guys, this is to show you that we're all getting old. But some people, less. Some people, less. He still looks like 22. Legit. Incredible. Legitimately incredible. You know what else is incredible? We're not going to see a co-op. Breaking Insomniac Games has just officially reconfirmed that Spider-Man 2 is not going to feature co-op and it's going to be purely a single-player experience on PS5. Now, that doesn't sound like a huge, like, oh my god. But, you know, there was a possibility of some sort of co-op adventure. But yes, there's more coding, there's more creative vision that needs to go into it. They need to figure out how they're going to make it work, and it all has to be cohesive in the story that they want to tell, right? So they're obviously just like, nah, it's too much. Like, fuck that, we're not doing it. And that's cool. That's all good. But they just reconfirmed that. We're also going to be seeing this at the PlayStation Showcase. I think we're going to see a lot of this on the PlayStation Showcase. So this is coming out in a couple of months, really. You know, we've barely seen anything. So I think the marketing push all starts on the 24th or the 25th. When is the PlayStation Showcase? All I know is I'm going to be live for the PlayStation Showcase, my time, Thursday morning, 4 a.m. or something, or 5 a.m. We can all watch it together. We can all hang. Why not? It'll be fun. It'll be about a 60-minute show. Perfect. It's like the show that I usually do. You guys will be here for the same amount of time, and we get to watch so much more. So don't expect co-op, sadly. You know what else is pretty sad? Hearthstone is outpacing Overwatch 2 in terms of people that want to watch. That I want to watch. Someone says here, nah, we're losing to Hearthstone. It's sad, man. I mean, Hearthstone came out in like 2014, and there's no Hearthstone 2. This is Overwatch 2. Remember, they earned that 2 because there's something that they've put in the game. So, it, you know, it deserves a 2, right? Yeah, of course it does. Very sad. Very sad. Now, this is just a snippet, right? This is a single snapshot. It's probably different now, but I thought it was just funny. Okay, but 14,000 people watching Overwatch 2. Okay, there's some people watching. That's much more than there originally was in Overwatch 1 towards its end days. I'm certainly a big fan of Hearthstone. I played a lot of Hearthstone back in the day. I mean, I'm talking, spent too much money on it. Every time I was on a bus or on a ferry, that's what I'd play. Hearthstone, man. It was great fun. Good times. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And to see it out-competing Overwatch 2, sad times. Overwatch 2 is going strength to strength. Let me tell you. Guys, did you see the roadmap? Woo! Overwatch 2 is going to be sick, okay? Going to be new heroes. We've never seen new heroes before in Overwatch 2. There's going to be new maps. We've never seen that, okay? It's going to be story missions. We've never seen that in Overwatch 2, okay? We've never seen that in Overwatch 1. So it's all new and improved, huge vision. They're delivering on all their promises, guys. It's going to be fantastic. In other news, like the last game in the series, Mortal Kombat 1 is going to be a real storage hog. They're expecting it to be, well, the requirements show it's going to be another 100 gigabytes. I kind of find this stuff crazy, right? 100 gigabytes? Tears of the Kingdom is 16 gigabytes. Now, I know it kind of looks pretty crap for today's standards, but like a 2D fighting game, you know, or not 2D, but you know what I mean, right? Like, I don't know where 100 gigs go. It's like Call of Duty was 250 gigs or some shit. It's like, how do you get to that stage? You know what I'm saying? And then other very fleshed out worlds like Elden Ring. I don't know. I think Elden Ring was 80 gigabytes, right? And that thing was freaking massive in terms of where you could go and what you could experience and just the world in general and the enemies and the assets. Like, it was massive. And if I've just never understood how certain games clock up 100 gigs or 250 gigs while other ones are able to kind of stay away from those high numbers. You know? Tears of the Kingdom looks okay for the hardware. I agree, Gambit. I'm also a Zelda shill. Okay, I'm a big fan of Zelda, and I think what they've done is an absolute masterpiece. So I'm very happy with the graphics. I'm very happy with the game in general. Lord Gaben says, Sam, will you be doing a Little Mermaid review? Heard it's the next best thing since the Cleopatra Netflix. Look, I was never going to watch this thing, and I'm going to be honest, I've never seen the original Little Mermaid. I've seen a lot of snippets online, like I can probably piece most of the story together from just how much I've watched on YouTube or whatever, but I've never actually watched the original Mermaid. So I probably won't be covering that, and that'll also just be a frickin' shitstorm, right? Like, nah, don't want to do that crap. But Cleopatra, though, I mean, that's something I want to do, actually. Apparently, the Egyptian government is suing Netflix over that because it was so factually incorrect. Who knows, right? I am, for one, definitely the type of person that, I mean, without watching the documentary, of course. History matters. It's important to get history right, tell it properly. I also think that if we, you know, in terms of history, it's educational. It also talks about, it teaches us about us. You know, the amount of biographical documentaries I've watched, or books, not a lot of books, but like a couple of books I've read, but mostly documentaries that I've watched about great people and evil people also. It's always important to get history right, talk about it and spread it. You know, it teaches us all about who we are and what humans are, what we're capable of in the good and the bad. You know. One of my favorite documentaries I've ever watched is actually from Ken Burns' Civil War. Ken Burns is a freaking master, right? Ken Burns is fantastic. If you guys haven't heard of Ken Burns, he is pretty much the Martin Scorsese of documentaries. He primarily just focuses on the American story, though. He does like the rise and fall of Jack Johnson, which is the first black heavyweight champion in 1912. But the best one I've ever watched was Civil War, 8-part series. Civil War, I've watched that like 10 times. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love what the way that they tell that story. And there's also something called the Ken Burns effect, right? Where he kind of pioneered it, where there'll be a still image. He'll put some music behind it, and then he'll just kind of move across the image, and he'll give it so much life. So like old stills and old images that you would see from, you know, the 1860s, he was able to bring those much more to life, you know, in the Battle of Bull Run and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I digress. But someone say no sound? Gabriel, there's no sound? There's sound, isn't there? Yeah. My favorite documentary is South Park. It's more commentary, but I know what you're saying. Love a good South Park. You know what we haven't done in a while? Balenciaga memes. Let's do it. This is Spider-Man Balenciaga. You got to tell me who's who.
Remember, with Balenciaga.
Oh, that's Uncle Ben. That's freaking easy. Spit Parker. You looking good. Aunt May. Aunt May. Uncle Ben again. Aunt May. Yeah.
You know, I'm something of Balenciaga
Oh,
myself.
Harry Osborn. He's looking good. He's looking suave, man. He's looking real nice. Oh my God, he's looking sexy
Hey,
there.
you are wearing Balenciaga. I didn't notice without your glasses.
I mean, that's pretty good, Mary Jane. Oh, they changed the hair color there. I can't remember what color was her hair in Spider-Man. Was it red or was it
I had
pink?
to beat an old
Was it
lady with a stick
blonde?
to get this Balenciaga.
I see you are wearing Balenciaga. Your parents must be very proud.
No, they're dead.
Ooh, God.
Some
Ouch.
people wear Balenciaga to blend into the environment.
Oh, what was his name again in the movie? I actually forgot it. Oh, yeah.
Money for pictures of Balenciaga.
Spider-Man.
Think you're pretty fashionable with H&M, don't you, freak?
The
Flash, it's
Flash.
Balenciaga.
My clothes breaking my wardrobe, that's Balenciaga.
Balenciaga is my gift.
Oh my God, the Peter
Who am
Parker
I?
sounds so good.
Balenciaga gift. Balenciaga is my gift. My curse. Who am I? I'm Balenciaga, man.
Okay, sometimes it sounded good, sometimes not so much. Love Balenciaga, and I feel like the Balenciaga thing's moved on, sadly. But I saw this, and I'm like, one more. We'll just do one more Balenciaga. You know why? Because it's fun. Now this is interesting, right? So this is Xbox era co-founder Nick Backett talking about what he thinks is going to be the future of the review scores for Starfield, right? He's ultimately saying that it doesn't really matter what this game is going to be. It's probably going to get 7s or so because it's fun to hate on Xbox. And even if it gets 9s and 10s, people are going to still say that it sucks. I think this is interesting. Let's watch this together.
But that's the thing. But in the end, it doesn't matter if Starfield's great. I'm already convinced that no one wants to give Starfield high review scores. I think they want to give it 8s, 8.5, 7, 7.5, so they can then create more content after that to say how Xbox sucks again, because Starfield wasn't a 10 out of 10.
I don't think that's correct, because we have seen a lot of Xbox titles in the last year or so get decent scores, get good scores. Redfall was an anomaly in a lot of ways in terms of how much of a buggy disaster it was for Xbox. Xbox definitely is leading the backpack. Okay, it's definitely in the solid third, but I don't think that we're going to see any. As much as it's fun to meme, and as I've said before, we want a good game, and most journalists that are going to review this, they're not going to come out and give it a freaking 6 out of 10 if they feel like it's a good game and everyone else is going to give them a 9. They're going to feel like, oh, we're going to be caught out here for just like chasing the meme. So I don't actually think that this is going to be the actual issue that we're going to see here, but we'll continue.
It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's
And not only that, as we've since discovered, even if they give Starfield 9s and 10s, Xbox is still doomed. Look at Halo. Halo on a certain big name site got 9 out of 10, but still sucks as a game.
Yep.
So this is why we say it doesn't matter what they do, and why Phil finally has realized it doesn't matter what they do. So just become the evil bastards they want you to be.
He goes on to say that, Xbox just become the evil bastards or whatever, right? That's pretty much it. But I don't believe in that. I don't think that's true. I think if you put out really good AAA first-party experiences and you bring more people in and you build the brand up slowly but surely, people's attitudes will change to Xbox. People aren't, as much as people love a good meme, as much as people love to attack Xbox for its quality and its lackluster AAA experiences, and Halo Infinite wasn't, the experience and the welcome back party that a lot of people wanted. Ultimately, a lot of people out there have a $500 or $600 Xbox, depending on where you are in terms of region, how much you paid. They got an Xbox sitting there that they want to play. They want to feel like Xbox has good games, good stuff coming out. I don't think people just want to constantly jump on the bandwagon of like, oh, we'll always call Xbox shit and always be the bad guy. Like, I love to have a meme. We love to have a joke on here, right? But ultimately, I will always cheer for Xbox when they do something great. Always, right? Because that's just part of it. Part of it to call them out when they do something like Redfield and Halo Infinite was a bit lackluster. But also, I'm going to be here to say, you know what? Starfield was fantastic if it was, because they deserve it. And as I've said many times, I want Xbox to continue to be as competitive as possible against PlayStation because the quality remains high if there's a lot of competition. The pricing will remain reasonable if there's competition. All that kind of stuff's going to be a benefit to the consumer, right? So I don't subscribe to this kind of narrative where like, let's just hate on Xbox forever. Again, we love to joke about Xbox and they're definitely in third place and it's a good meme. But anything that they do that we can celebrate, I'll be the first one to say it. Hey, Xbox did this good. This is mad. This is sick. This game's great. Whatever they've done here is really cool. And I've always said that, you know, they're bowing. It seems like they're bowing out of the console war, but they're trying to do their own thing, right? They're trying to do this whole like cloud thing and friggin' play all their first-party exclusive on PC. They're trying to do whatever they can, but they are kind of failing at the moment. That's the truth. But anything they do in the future that we can applaud, we absolutely will. Absolutely. Xbox, Kato says, Xbox equals trust me, bro. GT says, why is he such a big downer? Well, he's obviously just kind of frustrated with it, but he's also the co-founder of Xbox Era. A little bit of bias there. What do you reckon? Imagine if my show was called the Daily Xbox, the Layman Xbox, the Daily Layman Xbox. And I was like, guys, Xbox is great. What are you talking about? People are just attacking it. It's hard to fully embrace that messaging without feeling like it may be a little bit biased. A little bit biased. Now, guys, back to the main screen. Now, we love the AI game. We're going to put the AI game in the middle here today. This is an AI game. Is this real? Or is this an AI-generated image? Are we ready for this, folks? Are we ready? What do you reckon? AI or real? Now, guys, I've done I've done a few AI and I've done a few real, like, who knows, right? It could be real, could be fake. I don't know. You know, I think it looks real, personally. I think that's real. Or maybe not. Have a think. I'm going to come back after the next story. Have a think if you think it is AI. Ooh, Crystal says AI easy. Or is it the clouds in the corner? AI. Everyone's saying AI. Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh my God. Everyone's saying AI. Shit. Okay. Jeez. All right. This may be too easy today. Before I come back to that, I will give you the answer. This is the last I will cover this. This is just because we've been following it through the last couple of weeks. Super Mario Bros. Has now crossed 1.248 billion at the worldwide box office. Now, this has been a huge success. Huge success. Now, I'm not going to cover this anymore because it's now been released on digital and people can stream it and whatever, so it's not really going to be a thing anymore. But I will, my final points on this, since covering it a few times, is we are absolutely seeing a Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 in some form. It's been such a success, we're absolutely seeing it. We're also going to be probably seeing some other Nintendo IP hit the big screen. We saw recently the creator of Zelda talk about, the creators of Zelda, talk about that they really are open to the idea of doing some sort of Zelda game, Zelda movie. So who knows, right? Who knows what we're going to see? But we're also going to see some other IP. Now, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see a Last of Us TV show. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'd love to see a Halo show, right? I think they can do a really good job there. And also a Witcher, right? Yes, Witcher was a book. We've heard that. Yeah, it's a game. I'd love to see a Witcher too. So that's kind of what I want to see, you know. Who knows if they're going to do it though. All right. Is this AI? Is this AI? Could be real. Could be fake. Final answers locked in. It is real today, ladies and gentlemen. That is a real image. When I came across it, I was like, holy shit, that looks like AI. I'm going to get everyone wrong here. It is actually real. That is a real photo. Yep, it definitely looked AI though. I know what you mean, guys, okay? Okay, P Davda says real. He got it, okay? Everyone else was like AI, definitely AI. Edith got it. She said it was real. I definitely think that was one of the better real photos that looked like AI. But one dashing hot dog, bruh. Definitely real today, folks. Not AI. Good game. I always love playing this game. We always have fun with this game, don't we? It's always good fun. In other news, which is fun or funny, Vin Diesel is planning to campaign for the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role as Dom Toretto in Fast X. He says, I've welcomed so many people to my family. It's all about family with Vin. Over the years, now it's time for the Oscar. Welcome me to his. Now, I haven't seen the movie yet. This is going to be going against Killers of the Flower Moon. This is going to be going against... What else came out this year? Killers of the Flower Moon, Martin Scorsese, Leo DiCaprio, and Robert De Niro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vin. It's not going to happen, my friend. All right? I mean, I Am Groot. Incredible performance. Diverse. I mean, a lot of lines. He kept forgetting his lines, apparently. Vin, here to tell you, buddy, it's not going to happen. Okay? And if you did win, holy shit. I'd be like, you know what? That's fucking wild. Claps to him. But it's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. It got 4 out of 10 or something in the Fast and Furious. It didn't review very well. When a movie doesn't review very well, don't start asking for Best Actor. Let me just throw that out there. Okay? Let me just throw that out there. That is crazy. Dune Part 2 is out this year. And Oppenheimer. Oh my God, guys. And Barbie. If anyone's winning Best Actor, it's going to be Ryan Reynolds. Best Actress, Margot Robbie. Sorry, Vin. Sorry to tell you, pal. Not going to happen. But what do I know? A lot. I know that Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, June 2. There we go. We got some. That's right. It's not going to happen. All right. And if it happened, I would just be like, wow. Okay, well, Leo let himself down. Leo really fell over this year. Or Timothy Chalamet, he let him. He really fell off. Okay. Ryan Reynolds really fell off this year. Wasn't a good enough Barbie. I haven't even seen Barbie yet. No one's seen Barbie yet. But I would say that Ryan Reynolds' performance is going to be probably better than whatever Fast and Furious is. Maybe I'm just not a fan of Fast and Furious. I watched 2 or 3 of them. I'm like, oh my God, this is so not me. No, I'm out. And now there's 10 of them. And now there's going to be another 2. They're going to do a trilogy of the last one. It's like, oh my God, just let it die, man. Just let it go. Oh, wait, what am I saying, Ryan Reynolds? Sorry, Ryan Gosling. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Anthony, you're right. Ryan Gosling, there we go. Ryan Reynolds is also in Barbie, guys. Who knows, right? We don't know that yet. And it feels like he should be. Ryan Reynolds should be in Barbie. In other news, since we're talking about 10 years of Xbox, this is a great video. This is someone booting up their Xbox for the first time on November 15th, 2001.
Need to lighten up.
Got a Dreamcast next to it. Nice.
Oh, you're going to blow up the TV.
Oh, that was
Booting
great.
up the Xbox for the first time felt like turning on a nuclear reactor. Just going through the setup process in the system's UI felt dangerous.
You're cool, huh?
I was taking my time, soaking it up. This was a brand new console.
Good times, man.
And I was
That
gonna
UI
spend
was
the
that
next
UI
5
was
to 6
great.
years of my life with this thing. We were getting acquainted with one another.
Oh, the Juke, that massive controller. Good times, man.
Xbox
Good times.
video game system from Microsoft. Copyright. Warning: this computer program is protected by copyright.
Protected by copyright. I reckon if I wonder if my stuff's. I wonder if this is going to be protected by copyright. Who knows? Good times, man. I remember when this first came out, man. It was good times. Played a lot of games. I played Soul Calibur 2 on this. Of course, Halo. What other games came out? Gears. I played Gears on this. I played something else on this. Jade Empire. KOTOR. I think I played KOTOR on here. If I remember correctly, it came out on Xbox also. Yeah, good times. We love a good Xbox story. Right, guys? In other news, amazing remakes in the making. Silent Hill 2, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, The Witcher remake, and Max Payne 1 and 2. I'm very excited for this. Now, we kind of already know a lot of this is already happening, but it's just a good time for remakes, man. Remakes are this whole other genre almost now. It's just like they know it's going to sell. They know it's going to happen. If they bring it out well, if they bring it out in a very competent, no glitchy state, it'll do well. It'll review well. It's already got good bones because it's already been hailed as a great game 20 years ago, 10 years ago. It doesn't matter when it came out. But good times, man. Really good times. We're going to see a lot of remakes. And we may see a lot of footage of this in over the next 2 weeks for the Summer Games Fest and the PlayStation Showcase and the Xbox Showcase. Going to be good times. Good times. So watch out for these. Watch this space. Okay. Speaking of watching this space, I was looking all last night for this, and this actually just dropped 4 hours ago. The new Diablo 4 official story launch trailer. Let's do it.
Sanctuary has always been trapped amid the eternal conflict. A war between angels and demons. But Lilith serves neither side. She was banished ages ago, but this world is her creation.
My children, the lords of hell are coming to devour our world.
Hell is coming. Hell is coming.
I'm so excited for this.
I have not come to save, but to empower. I will give you freedom and more.
Today we fight true in his holy name.
The time of prophecy has come, knights. We march on hell.
I'm glad to be alone, to save me a
See now the work of your faith.
Keep a record of the wreckage of my life. Gotta recognize a little bit in my mind.
Fuck yes. This looks sick.
Those of all humanity depend on what you do next. If we can't stop Lilith, we'll all be damned.
Oh yeah, it looks sick. I'm so keen for that. Okay, next week. No, not next week. Week after? Something like that. Very exciting. It's gonna be a total shame if it's terrible. Guys, someone says, P. Davda says, Sam, who will be your first character? Always Necromancer. Always. Necromancer. Absolutely. And then I'll probably follow up with Barbarian. Probably. Very excited, man. Man, when I played this in the beta, it just felt so good. Oh, it felt so good. Oh, yeah. But I wonder if it's going to be good as more than the beta, right? But like, the beta was freaking awesome. The bones felt good. The story that they were telling, the cinematics, just the overall gameplay, the world, it was amazing. And one thing that really stuck out was the music. Oh my god, the music was just incredible. Definitely want to be seeing what this is. I'm going to be sinking my teeth into this and definitely reviewing this. I might just do an impressions because I don't know how long this thing is. But who knows, right? I want to see how big the world is and if I can get it all out and play the full game in a timely manner for me to review this, and I will. In 2 weeks or early access. When is early access actually? Can someone tell me in the chat? I don't know. Gambit says, good trailer. I thought it was a good trailer too. We are playing the demonetization game today. I don't know if that music's going to get demonetized, but we'll see. A lot of games today. AI game, demonetization game, and another game coming up. Just before we finish, E.G. Anuma says when he announced in March 2022 a delay for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the game was pretty much complete. The last year was spent on polish, making sure that the wild physics of this game just work. Todd, how do you hear that? Just work. Delay a game for a year and it's okay. This is a perfect example, I think. Yes, there's some FPS problems, but there's not many glitches, if any, in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom that I've experienced in the 40 or something hours that I've played it. I haven't seen any glitches, right? And it's okay. It's really okay to just move a game back a year, 6 months, 8 months. Redfall, take note. People are far more okay with a delay than if you bring out a game and it's horrendous. You know? That's the problem, I think, where They go gold because maybe they got pressure from higher up, so they just feel like we think it's ready, or the QA testers aren't telling the right story, or who knows, right? And then it's released, and it doesn't matter what patches you do, it's remembered for the buggy launch, right? Like Cyberpunk 2077. Who's gone back and played it, right? I played a bit of it here and there. It's a much better state than it was before. The game will always be remembered, though, for being a buggy mess. A total disaster. That's the problem, you know. It's so much better to bring out a game when it's finished, when it's ready. You know, what's that thing? Better to bring out a game finished or delay it than... You know what I'm trying to say. You know that famous quote. Anyway, good times. And I'm so glad that they did it, because you know what? The game is a freaking masterpiece, and it got 10 out of 10 across the board pretty much. And it's one of the highest rated games on Metacritic, and it should be, I think. Now, this is funny, actually. This is someone on, before we finish, this is someone on Jeopardy trying to do video game questions.
Still in play, Evelyn?
Video Games 200.
This company's Infinity allowed you to play characters from The Incredibles and Cars, to name a few. Evelyn?
What is Pixar?
No. Jordan?
What is Disney?
Disney is right, yes. Less than
I actually didn't get that right either. I'm just going to be honest today.
Morrowind and Skyrim are iterations of this venerable set of games.
Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite. Come on.
What is Dragon Age?
No.
Elder Scrolls.
What is the Elder Scrolls?
Elder
Back to you,
Scrolls.
Make your future fighting Gaul, leader of the Red Legion.
Redfall. This is Redfall.
Second iteration of this
Isn't it?
Bungie
Redfall.
game. Jordan.
What is Halo?
No.
Come on, man.
Evelyn or Nancy? What is Destiny?
Destiny.
Jordan, back to you. In the classic video game Joust, contestants were placed upon these birds.
I actually don't know.
They were put on ostriches.
Oh, God. I would have lost half of this already. Jesus.
We're doing well with video games, aren't we? A big gaming story of 2018 is Fortnite. This genre of game where the winner is last shooter or
2D
last
fighting.
team
2D
standing.
fighting, guys. It's 2D fighting. Absolutely. Battle Royale.
We're going to take our second break.
Oh, God. Speaking of games that we can guess things, today we're going to be playing the Impossible Challenge. Now, there's 30 to do. We're only going to be doing 10 out of the 30. All right, now let me get me out of the way because the timer is actually over here. The timer's over here. Here we go. Only 10 questions today. The game is just showing the HUD. Okay? Now, I've only watched the first question, right? Which I didn't really get anyway. But the rest of them I haven't watched, so we're doing this all together. Who's ready to know if you know the HUD? You know the HUD of the game? Here we go. Do you know what this is? I know what this is now because I watched the first question. Oh, wait, you guys can't see the time. Sorry, let me just move this over. Okay, there we go. Now you can see the time. Who got Half-Life? Who got Half-Life? Okay, next one I have not seen yet. Here we go. Name the game. Easy clap. This is easy. This is easy. This is easy. Okay? Come on, folks. Grand Theft Auto 5? Hell yeah! I'm an OG hardcore gamer. Here we go. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is. I haven't played it. Was never going to get that. Was never going to get that. Oh, easy clap. Easy clap. Okay, this is easy. Okay, I know what this is. Witcher 3. Witcher 3? Yeah. Tell you what, man. OG Gamer right here. Tell you what. I'll tell you, man. What's the next one? Counter-Strike? Fuck, I don't know. Counter-Strike. No, it isn't it? Counter-Strike. It looks a bit like D-Dust. Like, okay, I didn't get that right. Fair enough. All right. Oh, come on. Okay, now you got to get the right one though. Which of the titles is this? I'm gonna go with Diablo 2. Diablo 2. Diablo 2. Yeah. I thought it may have been Diablo 1 then for a second. I wasn't sure. Thank God. And then Skyrim. Dun, dun, do, 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 do. Easy. Oh, Test 5 for a second. I was like, holy shit, have I got that wrong? Okay, let's just stop for a second. How's everyone going? All right, let's everyone catch up. Diablo 1. You guys put Diablo 1? God, no. The music makes it too easy, you reckon? Oh, I've got some things wrong. Absolutely. You know, a few people put Diablo 1. It wasn't Diablo 1. Okay, everyone knew Skyrim. Okay, Skyrim's way too easy. Okay, let's continue. Oh, come on. Boy. Oh, wait, is this Ragnarok? Or is this... I'm going to say God of War 2018. Sweet. Okay. Oh, yeah. Fuck, I don't know what this is. Dun, I know the music. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Counter-Strike 2? Source. Counter-Strike 2. I will not count that as an answer. Kind of, though, right? That was a half answer. Last one for the folks. Oh, come on. This is easy. Oh, actually, which one? I'm going to say Dark Souls. Or could be Demon Souls. Dark Souls. Yeah. Dark Souls 2. Oh, man. I got that wrong. I thought it was Dark Souls 1 or Demon Souls. It's a shame. That's a shame. Dark Souls 2. P dubbed it with it. Nice. All right. I thought Dark Souls 2 second narrating music. I thought that too. No. Dark Souls 2 GT. Yes. I sadly got that wrong. Damn. I got, out of 10, I think I got 7, like you, P dubbed. I think I got 7. I didn't get them all. Not the Superman 64. I actually really love playing this game with you guys. It's good fun. We should do this more often. I'm like, I had a fun time. We should do this more often. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, appreciate you. What a wonderful chair. And it was great to see everyone here. Thank you so much for the super chats, as always. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone just watching. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe. Press the bell icon. Nonsense, or you know what I'm trying to say. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys next time. Laymen out.